But Jews have to see the big picture. And the Rabbi Yoshe Soloveitchik once said, beautiful word, says, Vayitzoeu ish. You know that the Yetzias Mitzrayim, the credit to Yetzias Mitzrayim was a tour guide. Most people, they don't know the Rashbam. Yaakov sent his sons. Yaakov sends Joseph to look. He wants to make shalom. It sends Joseph, go make shalom. Find out where the brothers are. Well, how are you going to find the brothers? No GPS. If you want to be a goyish tour guide, Michael, George, John, he has a name. Why does he say Vayitzoeu ish? So Soloveitchik says, these shadchan, what happened? They met this guy and says, you see, Joseph says, you see my brothers? Oh, your brothers? Absolutely. I heard them talking. They're going down to Dosan. And he says, oh, really? No. They go to Dosan. Joseph goes to Dosan. They throw him in the pit, sell him to the Ishmaelim. Comes the prime minister of Egypt. As a result of this, Moshe Rabbeinu finds himself in Egypt, and he is the God of Israel. It wouldn't have been possible without that tour guide, would it? Not possible without the tour guide. So I say Vayitzoeu ish, without a name, George Michael, Zog Soloveitchik, because he's going to reappear throughout Jewish history. You will have a strange ish that will appear in Jewish history. And how will you be able to see him? Vayares hamokom me'rochoi. Get rid of your local zip codes. Look big. And if you look big, what will you see? 100th anniversary Balfour Declaration this year. How did it come about? Anybody know? It came about, let me tell you the story. How do I know it? I didn't know it also. We made a film on Herzl, so we had to do all the research. So I found it. Here's what happened. Herzl had only two support. He didn't have any support from the rich people. Not from Rothschild, not from Hirsch. The Ashirim didn't want to support him. Only the Adiyim. From Russia and from England. In England, they wanted to stop the funding. The British government thought, this guy is crazy. He thinks he's the Messiah. He's going to bring the Jewish people back to Israel. This is not a charity or whatever he's doing. We got to cut out the money for him because this guy can endanger the world. That he wanted to stop the money. So they told Herzl, you got to come to England. So Herzl comes to England. I said, how am I going to fix the problem? He said, you got to get an accountant or a lawyer, just like today. You got a problem? A lawyer, an accountant. So he looked for a lawyer and accountant, but which accountant should he take? You don't know which accountant to take. So they give him a few names, and he takes one guy, Mr. George. And Mr. George, he tells him the problem, and Mr. George fixes the problem with the government. He says, this guy is not a lunatic. This guy, believe me, it's good. It's not. And he fixes it. And then Herzl dies in 1904. And in 1970, the accountant and the lawyer became the Prime Minister of England, Lloyd George. And of course, Lloyd George knew about Zionism because he had a good Rebbe, Theodore Herzl. And as a result of this, Lloyd George brought in Arthur Balfour. And Balfour signed the Balfour Declaration, which is the only legal document on which was based Medinas Yisrael. Vayitzoeu ish. The ish remains nameless because he will always appear in Jewish history. The only problem is if you look in your local zip code, you won't find him there. Vayares hamokom me'rocho. And in that case, you can see with the 50th anniversary of Yerushalayim, and next year the 70th anniversary of Medinas Yisrael. That's all because V'hoya Hashem l'melech al kol haaretz and not in your local zip code.